It's a zombie company. It loses money. Nobody's going to the game. Thank God they get Caitlin Clark. She's injured for 2 weeks. All of a sudden, attendance goes down. This is not going to work long term. You trust me. You'll see this long term. Ain't nobody going to WNBA.
Caitlin Clark sits out, and suddenly ticket prices drop like a rock. One day it's $76, the next it's $3. Not even the vending machine snacks are that cheap. That's not a coincidence. That's impact. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's the engine the WNBA's running on. They're building entire broadcasts, marketing campaigns, and sold-out arenas around her name. And now that she's sidelined with an injury, the league is feeling it. But instead of rallying around her, some players are throwing shade. Some fans are in denial. And the league's still acting like this is business as usual. Let's be real, it's not. Stick around, because we're breaking down why Caitlin Clark isn't just the face of the WNBA right now. She might be the reason it's still standing. Let's start with a number, $3. That's how much it cost to get into a Fever game after news broke she was out with a quad injury. Not $30. Not even $13. Just $3. Before the injury. That same seat was selling for $76. That's a 92% drop, overnight. And it's not just Indiana. Prices dropped in Washington, Chicago, even across the league. Fans didn't just pay less, some stopped showing up entirely. You want to know how powerful a player really is? Look at what happens when they're not there. When Caitlin Clark's off the floor. It's like the soul of the game steps away with her. That's what real influence looks like. Not just a name on a jersey, a phenomenon. Now, let's be fair. Injuries happen. That's part of sports. But when Clark gets hurt, it doesn't just change the lineup, it changes the business model. Attendance, viewership, arena operations, network coverage. All of it takes a hit. Since the Fever announced she'd miss 2 weeks, ticket prices fell from $137 to $80 on average. And some fans grabbed seats for as little as $4. That's not a dip. That's a cliff. Now imagine this happening in the NBA. Imagine LeBron missing 2 weeks, and suddenly, the Lakers can't sell out games. Exactly. Caitlin Clark is redefining what star power means in the WNBA. When she's on the floor, the lights shine brighter. The crowd buzzes louder. And the stakes feel bigger. This isn't just basketball. This is business. And her absence? It's costing real money.
Clear about this? If Caitlin Clark were not in the WNBA, we would not be talking about the WNBA. She is the only ticket draw in the WNBA. A large percentage of all tickets sold in the WNBA are so people can watch Caitlin Clark play basketball. No one cares about Angel Reese. She'd be drawing flies if she were playing not against Caitlin Clark on the court right now. Angel Reese has basically become the Bill Laimbeer to Caitlin Clark's Larry Bird, essentially. That is where we...
You know you've made it when entire arenas start changing. Just because your name's on the schedule. The Washington Mystics? They moved their game to CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. The Chicago Sky. They ditched the Wintrust Arena for the United Center. That's 20,000 seats, all just to handle the Caitlin Clark frenzy. And then, the news hit, she's injured. Those same $86 seats for the June 7th Clark vs. Reese showdown? Dropped to $25 overnight. Some resale listings went for less than a movie ticket. That's not demand fading. That's momentum collapsing. And here's the wild part. Caitlin Clark isn't some league veteran with 10 seasons behind her. She's a rookie. And yet, she's changing the business model of women's basketball. She didn't just change ticket prices. She changed blueprints. Teams literally upgraded venues just to contain her gravity. This isn't marketing hype. This is a movement. Scratch that, this is an earthquake. And still, some voices around the league are asking, has she earned it? Earned what? The right to be the reason the building isn't empty? The right to carry everyone's paycheck? Come on now. If Caitlin Clark hasn't earned it, then who has?
Saw this today. It's fascinating. So a university professor in finance looked up the value of Caitlin Clark for the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark isn't just a key player for the Indiana Fever. She's the economic engine of the WNBA right now. She moves the needle. She shifts ticket strategies. She drives ad campaigns. And when she's not there, the system starts to crack. She's not just a scorer, she's a draw. She's not just a shooter, she's a sensation. When was the last time a rookie had this kind of power? Zion Williamson had a spark like this in the NBA. But even then, the league didn't hang on every single minute he played. With Caitlin, it's different. Her presence or absence changes everything. There are players who help their teams. There are players who lift their cities. But Caitlin Clark? She's carrying an entire league. She's keeping it relevant, profitable, buzzing with energy. Look at May 30th, Indiana versus Connecticut. Clark didn't even play that night. Still, over 16,000 fans packed the arena. That's not just a good crowd. That's playoff-level energy for a regular season game without its star. Some paid as little as $4 to get in, but they still came. Why? Because she might be there. Because she might wave. Because she might be sitting on the bench. That's not normal. That's Taylor Swift showing up to an NFL game kind of influence. That's cultural gravity. And yet, the league is acting like it's just business as usual. The WNBA has waited decades for this moment. For this kind of spotlight. And now that they finally have it, they're dropping the ball. No major marketing push. No statement protecting her from cheap fouls. No real effort to build around the momentum she's created. Caitlin Clark is the reason people are tuning in. You can't treat a Ferrari like a golf cart. You can't treat your once-in-a-generation star like just another name on the roster. This isn't business as usual. This is lightning in a bottle. And instead of celebrating it, it feels like the league is running inside to hide from the rain.
So the WNBA says they want to get paid more. They're saying this year they're going to make $1 billion. That's what they're saying, okay? For the first time ever. Now that Caitlin Clark is hurt for 2 weeks, did you see ticket prices? Insane. Let me read you the ticket prices.
Let's address the elephant in the locker room. Not everyone's happy about Caitlin Clark's rise. And some of them aren't even trying to hide it. You can see it in the passive-aggressive Instagram posts. You can hear it in the cryptic press conference comments. And you can definitely feel it in the way she's being played on the court. Some of these hits aren't just tough defense. They're statements. Because for some players, Caitlin's success isn't just competition. It's confrontation. She's changing the power dynamics. She's shifting attention, sponsorships, media focus. All of it. And that's uncomfortable for players who've been grinding in the league for years. Suddenly watching a rookie take over the spotlight they've never had. But here's the truth. This isn't Caitlin's fault. She didn't steal the spotlight. She earned it. Every packed arena, every sold-out jersey, every trending clip. That's the result of performance, charisma, and impact. Instead of pushing her away, the league should be protecting her. Because whether they like it or not, Caitlin Clark isn't just part of the WNBA story. She is the story.
When it comes to Caitlin Clark, now I've taken hits because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. But it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine.
Some say Caitlin Clark hasn't earned her stripes. But let's be honest, the fans already gave her the badge. If any other player were pulling 20,000 fans into arenas and 2.5 million viewers to their games, the league would be building statues, not excuses. But with Caitlyn, it's resentment. It's jealousy disguised as tradition. Gatekeeping doesn't build legacy, it blocks it. And it's time some veterans stop trying to hold the door closed and start welcoming the millions of new fans walking in. Because whether they like it or not, Caitlyn Clark isn't breaking the system. She's saving it.
This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting. 4th in the league, her rookie year. Wow. Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. We lost to South Carolina another year. But she's out.
Let's be clear. Caitlyn Clark isn't asking for a red carpet. She's not begging for VIP treatment. She shows up, competes, and takes more hits than almost anyone in the league right now. And still, she gets back up. She's doing everything you'd want from a professional athlete. Putting in the hours, staying humble, keeping her head down, and her game sharp. Yet somehow, that's still not enough for some people in the league who think you have to pay your dues before you're allowed to shine. News flash, this isn't a sorority. This is a business. A business that survives on revenue, ratings, and relevance. And Caitlyn Clark delivers all three. This isn't high school. You don't haze the freshmen just because they're more talented than you were. You embrace it. Because if Caitlyn eats, the whole league eats. Every sports network in America is talking about Caitlyn Clark.